Pastor Roy Gearhart from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania, sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. You know, being invited to sit at the table can be a really special gift. It's the gift that David gave to Mephibosheth. All week long, we've been focusing on what happens if you're in the seat of Mephibosheth, looking at it through the lens of being the person rescued and saved. What if you and I flip that? And today, as we close out this week, we think about becoming like David in our lives, because in that, we become like Jesus, who invited us to his table. I've been in the position many times over of being that oddball in the room, the person who's looking for someone to sit with. For years, I traveled in ministry as a guest speaker, an evangelist, visiting churches all over the conference. And you would be surprised at how many times a church would have a fellowship dinner, and me, as this guest, would be sitting by myself, waiting for someone to include me. Many times that I looked around a room and everyone was sitting with their family or their old friends, and no one was there inviting me to sit with them. The person who would be either the pastor, because that was their job and responsibility to act as host to me, or it would be odd people. Yep, sometimes they were a bit odd, but they were odd in this, that they were often the people who also didn't really have any friends or family in that crowd. And this was true in the church, at a church fellowship dinner. And be people who were not really woven into the fabric of the church very well. People who didn't have a whole raft of family and friends there. They would come and be my friend. They would come and open the way to me. That was always a bit disappointing, that there wasn't a ready desire in the whole congregation to reach out to an outsider like me and to welcome me. And heavens, again, I was there as the guest, as an honored guest, not an oddball who had wandered in as a surprise entry. No, even as the supposed honored guest, I was often the one looking around for a friend and finding that with the other oddballs in the room. Well, if you and I would become like a David to the Mephibosheths, it would mean in contexts like that we would invite that odd person to sit with us. The person who doesn't have friends, the person who doesn't have already a network of people who care about them. That could be in the school cafeteria, that you actually invite somebody to come and sit with you. At youth group, that new person, or the person that so many other people push away and don't give the time of day to. You pick them for your team. You sit beside them and just talk to them. So often, it's just a simple act of kindness. Just taking that first step in speaking to someone, being willing to associate with them, that bridges huge gaps and allows not only a person to just feel better in that moment, but to find and discover the goodness of God put on display in your life. That was what we've looked at all this week for Mephibosheth, is the way in which he becomes that person who's all of us. His story is all of our story. The person who's an outsider, who needs a friend, and who finds it in David, surprisingly. And we're the people who need a friend, a deliverer, in fact, and find that in Jesus. So let's be that now to someone else. Step out of our box, reach beyond our normal comfort zone, and care about other people. Don't bypass the people that are ordinarily excluded. Include them. Reach out to them. Show a little love and kindness, and be God's children. May God bless you. And as you share this good news, may God make you a blessing wherever he takes you.